everyone. It's your girl, Simone Rivers, the Yum Yum Ambassador, coming to influence the flavor of the room that you are in. Where is it? Over there. I trigger light and I offer hugs, healing, understanding, guidance, and growth with me, Simone. Today is a special day. It's a really special day. You know, I consider every day special, but today is different. It has some icing on top of the cake. The cake has no calories. It's not going to go to your hips. It's just good. It's good. Because today I get to introduce those of you who know me and present to those of you who know him, James Lamar Clark. Let the drum roll begin. Yay! I'm so excited to have you here. Listen, he is a husband. And I'm going to tell you about that husband thing in just a minute. He is a husband. He is a father of 3. Boy 1, boy 2, and boy 3.
Yes, Lord.
A brother. He is a friend, a valued confidant. I love this man. So many of you have heard me say before that I was in Germany. I was in Germany and I was at Husky Field. And nobody, people were stirring out. And there was this man who was sitting in a chair. I was sitting in a chair. And I was just talking because, I influence the flavor of the room. And I'm trying to get this man to talk to me. Now, listen, I'm not trying to date the man. I'm just talking. I'm just being friendly. Let me tell you what this man said to me. He looked at me with a straight face and he said, women and men are different. Men have about 500 to 1,000 words a day. But women have about 5,000 to 7,000 words a day. And if I use all my words on you, when I get home to my lovely wife, I won't have any left for her. My eyes went like this. And I said, God, I want one of them. And we have been friends ever since. His wife is lovely. Hey, LaTanya. Welcome, James Lamar Clark.
Thank you so much, Simone. So you are something else. I tell you, I feel like my face is about to explode because just to hear you talk and just to hear you express yourself, I mean, you just inspire me. So I have to calm down because I feel a preaching moment coming on right now, but I gotta calm down.
We have people from Germany watching. She said, "There's our
yes, indeed. Yes,
hey, Valeria.
Welcome, Stuttgart.
We are international. There's Miss Harriet Loney.
What's up, Sister Loney?
Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you. It is so good to see you. My only regret is that we reconnected after the passing of my mom. That's my only regret. We had a few bumps in the road and we haven't seen each other in a long time, but I am so happy to have you back in my circle. So happy. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Looking all preacherly. Look at the study, you guys.
The pleasure is all mine. And well, hey, that's a filter. that's a little white one, but I really am speechless because I do not. I think that everything that happens to me it has to come through the filter of my Savior Jesus Christ. By the fact that we connected so many years ago in Germany, and like you said, there was a break in our connection. I think in our communication. For me, our spirits were always connected because, as I've often said, I hear your words in my mind whenever I'm communicating, because I know the level. I often say that, you say words mean something. I remember you told me that words mean something, James Lamar Clark. And I hear you saying that. And there were times when you would take my words and make them better. And I still hear that, even though we've not been physically together or communicated in a while, you've always been with me. So I'm just thankful that we get a chance to share this space in this time right now. So no, thank you, Simone.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. I remember, I want to catch them up on how we met. So how we met was at Husky Field when he told me he didn't have any words for me because he had to save them all for his woman. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But after that, I had nothing but words for him. Nothing but words for him. We did so much together. My business back then, as Harriet points out, was Miss Right Now. And that's what I did. I wrote for people right now in the moment based on what we felt. And there was always a synergy between us where he would have a ball he would have an ember and I would make it a fire because he was meant to speak in that way. And I just love him so much. I love the way that God has just created these beautiful connections. I remember a song. Do you remember that song that we danced to, you and LaTanya and me and my husband? It was it was a TD Jakes song. What was that song?
My marriage ministry, is it? My marriage is a ministry.
Oh no, it was a song, and Kevin Warthon and Lorene Warthon danced. You and LaTanya danced. Yes. I danced. What was that song? I thought about it last night. I did. I thought about it last night. Oh my goodness. There's Kenny McDaniel. Hey, Kenny. All of our German family.
Yes, indeed. I can hear it in my mind, Simone, but I can't think of the title to it. So
Peter Jake's wife that sang the song.
Yes, and she talked about the silk sheets and men don't do silk sheets and
Oh, if somebody can think of that song, please remind me. It was a Covenant Keepers Valentine's Day gate.
Yes.
What was that song? Oh, it's gonna hurt me to not know what it is.
It's gonna come. Don't worry about it. It's gonna come.
I want to make sure that our guests are all caught up, because everybody that's on the screen right now have not been to Stuttgart. They did not know us in Germany, and I want to bring them up to speed. So we talked about our past memories. We have quite a few of them. We were a part of your ministry, Covenant Keepers, which was a marriage ministry.
Thank you.
That to this day, I treasure it because I was allowed to be the fullness of my creative self in that space. And I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed
it so well. You did it so well. You did.
Thank you.
I really do. I say that so humbly because we still have things around the home that represent Simone. It really is, we'll come across a pamphlet, or we'll come across a poem or something that you wrote in tribute to CK for Life. And I don't believe that CK for Life is gone. Matter of fact, I know it's not. And the season of it was wonderful in Germany, but I do believe that there's another season that's evolving before us, and I'm thankful for where we are in our journey right now, and I know that we'll be able to pull from that as we move forward. But we'll talk about that later, all right?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I move by the energy of thought. You know that.
Yes.
And something's rising up, so it's got to come out. Yes. When a flower grows, it's springtime. There are flowers everywhere. When a flower grows and it blossoms like CK did, it's beautiful. but it doesn't go, okay, I'm done. What it does is it goes back into the soil. It
Yes.
regroups, it regenerates, it gets the fertilizer it needs, and next season there's a new flower.
Yes, indeed.
So
yes.
I'm waiting to be a part of that with my new husband.
It's amazing how you mentioned that, because I have some rose bushes out in the back, and we've been in our home here for 7 years, and I planted those rose bushes when we first moved in. And the first year they were, I probably planted them in the wrong location because they don't get a whole lot of sunlight. But they struggled for the first 2 years. And then they went to a period where I thought I was just going to cut them down and let them I said, they're not in the right place, so I'm going to cut them down. So I trimmed them down, about 2 years ago, really low to the ground. And I promise you, if you can look out the back window now, those rose bushes are as tall as they have ever been. And that just reminds me of what you said, Simone, is that, it may be dormant for a season, but just because you can't see what's going on underneath the soil, it is amazing what you can experience if you just hold on through those dormant seasons and you just trust and believe.
Yeah.
Trust and believe.
That, I believe that we're always moving on, life ebbs and flows. We're on water. We're on the water. And sometimes the water can move in ways that scare us. We feel like our boat is going to capsize, right?
Yeah.
But underneath the water, where all the work is happening, there is an undercurrent of joy.
Right. Absolutely.
And no matter what's happening up here, I know that there is an undercurrent of joy that I have access to.
Yeah.
So as we think about still waters run deep, right?
Yes, they do. Yes,
so
they
as
do.
we think about what we will do in the future, as we think about what tomorrow might hold, as we think about the craziness of today, because I'm a witch, today is crazy for me. Today is crazy.
The pandemonium.
Today is crazy, but in the midst of the chaos, I have access to joy, just like that flower. In the midst of it's winter, you don't see any flowers.
Yes,
you don't see any flowers, but that's because they've gone down to that undercurrent of joy.
Right.
And they're just, we're gonna chill out for a little while. We'll see y'all in a little bit.
We're gonna regroup. We're gonna get ourselves together, and then we're coming back stronger.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. I feel like a new creature in this space.
Yeah,
I do. So we've talked about how we connected, our past memories. Let's talk for a minute about our future moments.
Yeah.
Our future moments. So maybe it's covenant keepers. I won't even say maybe. That's doubting God. Covenant keepers.
Yes.
Because I know how much that ministry means to you, your marriage. I know that for a fact. And it means that much to me. I still have stuff around my house.
Yeah.
How many of you out there went to the mountaintop marriage
experience?
Oh my goodness. And now I'm going to cry. How about when my pastor came?
Pastor PJ, I tell you, I still have a picture with him, and I look at that. I have his books right here on my shelf, and
all of them.
You brought him into our life, and at the time, I didn't understand all that he would mean to me. Even to this day, life is so amazing that I heard someone say once that it takes a lifetime to figure out a life. And although now I like to say I'm 40 plus 13, I'm almost about to be 40 plus 14. And I'll tell you about why I stay with 40 in a little bit about, because that's connected to mom. But it's amazing now that where I am right now at this very moment in time, this very space I'm right now, I feel like I am on the porch of my life, and I'm about to enter into a new room, a new opening, a new time, a new season, because of what we have gone through and the journey and the struggles, the trials, the tribulations. all of that has been, as you say, fertilizer for what God has in store for us and where we're going. And I'm just excited about that, and I'm thankful for it. I really am. I'm just thankful. It reminds me of so often we will say that, I want to forget about all the struggles. I want to forget about all of the hardships that I go through. But I am convinced that it is those struggles that make you who you are right now.
Absolutely. They happen for you.
For you. And, you mentioned earlier that we have 3 sons, James, Jonathan, and Joshua, the J brothers, boy 1, 2, and 3. And I often want to protect them from everything. I want them to have a smooth sail into destiny, whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
I want them to have it all. No struggle. Just, hey, here it is on a silver platter. Just enjoy it because, it's given to you. But they will never be their full potential. They will never be able to reach that if they don't get to struggle. And,
you need that life muscle. It atrophies if we do everything for them.
Absolutely. And I think about mom and her struggles, and I think about my struggles. I think about the struggles that LaTanya and I have gone through, and that we have struggled in their presence, and they have seen us struggle, and they've seen us fight for what we want and what we believe in. They have witnessed it firsthand, and they know what mom and dad have had to go through. And so it is our prayer, it is our hope, our great hope, that we did not just give them everything, but that we prepared them to know how to fight for what is important to them, to how to hold on to what they believe in. And I'm just thankful for that. And
so I just heard you say that there is a difference between presentation and preparation.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
there is a difference. I'm thinking about that rite of passage that JC and Joshua did. That changed my son's life. That changed my son's life. One day we'll talk about that on air for another time. But so often, because of the struggles that we had, I grew up really, really poor. I just want you to know that that Deborah Green is watching us on YouTube, and she wanted to say hey. So
thank you, Auntie. I appreciate that, all the way from Baltimore.
Yeah, she's right up the street from me. Thank you for being here. So I heard you say that presentation and preparation are not the same.
That's true.
If you present me with I'll use the parable from the Bible. If you present me with a fish, I'm gonna eat. Yeah. But if you prepare me
to fish,
I'm gonna feed. I'm not just gonna eat. I'm gonna feed other people. So Thank you for that. We have to prepare our children to feed themselves and other people.
Absolutely.
And that's a beautiful segue into why we're here today.
It is, and you set it up so perfectly, as you do, though, Simone. You do that. This is not I
can just get the Oprah dollars.
You got it. It's done. It's done. You got it.
I love it. I'm like, don't make me start singing. I'll bring Harriet on here. We'll start singing.
I tell you.
What's that song? We were singing it in court. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. Yes.
It's done.
My friends in my network know that I will break out in song in a minute. I don't care how bad I sound. I needed God to hear that.
Yes,
so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So a great segue into why we're here today. Absolutely. So I am Simone Rivers. I am an international best-selling author.
Yes.
It's what I've done. And I have created a space for more people to do that because I knew I had a story that needed to be told.
Yeah.
I know for sure that everybody has a story.
Everybody does.
I have heard some of yours.
Yes.
And they need to be written.
Yeah.
They need to be written.
Well, you inspire me. So I write all the time, and it's like they're trapped inside of me, but I write because of your inspiration. So thank you for that.
I appreciate being an inspiration, but I really am just a tool being used by God. And I know that about me because many of the things I say, ask me tomorrow, I don't remember. We talked yesterday, I don't remember what I said. This is not what we were supposed to do, but hey, it works out every time.
It
Because
works.
I trust, and I know that there's that current of joy that I have access to all the time.
Yeah.
So I know the experience of being a best-selling author. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good to Maya Angelou said the how did she put it? I might not get it exactly right, but there's no greater agony than an untold story.
Yes, that's good.
And I just needed to say some things, and I know I'm not alone. So I reached out.
You did.
I reached out to my brother after a lot of years had passed.
Thank you so much.
And I said, God put you on my heart, and I know how you felt about your mom.
Yeah.
I'm putting together a book called My Mama Said. Why? Because I'm hearing things that my mama said.
Right.
Lord, don't let me start crying. I look like Steely.
Me both. I'm trying to hold it together. I'm like, okay, now, come on, Clark, come on.
And I see her on your table.
Oh yeah, I keep her close. She's always with me. I keep
my mama close too.
Absolutely.
My last gift that I got for my mama means so much to me. But I said, I really think that you should be a part of this project.
Yeah.
And you didn't even hesitate. You just said, okay, how do I do it?
Yeah.
How do I do it? And I need you guys to know it wasn't free. And there was no hesitation. How do I do it? Because he found value in me and in the project.
Yeah.
So that being said, I want you to tell the people why you said yes without hesitating. Why did you say yes?
Well, it's like you said, there was no hesitation because of, let me say first that I love my mom. I mean, I talk about my mom every day, and I talk about my mom. I'm with my mom. I hear my mom. I tell people often that although mom has been, she passed away, she went on to be with the Lord. She is with him in his presence now. I believe that, and I hold on to that. She passed away in the year 2000, and it's now 2021. And I feel her presence more so now than I ever did when she was physically in the earth. And that's so important. I feel her presence.
Stop right there for a minute. Stop right there for just a moment.
Yes.
Our lives parallel each other. We discovered that recently.
We did. Yes, we did.
We discovered that recently. And when my mom passed away, and for me it hasn't been 6 months.
Yeah.
When my mom passed away, what I realized immediately that I wouldn't hear her voice. And I wanted that I wouldn't have questions answered. And I wanted that. And I was in a scary place in life. I'm 53 years old. My son is a senior in high school. What do I do next? I'm divorced. How do I, I was thinking about all that stuff.
You asked mama.
But I went through my crazy. I couldn't get out of bed for a couple weeks, and just we grieve in different ways.
Right. I understand that.
For me, I felt like my net was gone. My mom pushed me out of the house and made me fly. She was like, "You gotta fly." Well, as you're flying, when you fall, like imagine a flying trapeze artist. You've been to the circus, and you see the Universal Circus.
Soul Circus.
And every now and then they will slip and they will fall.
Yes.
And then you're in the audience and you see somebody fall, you're like,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you notice there's a net.
There's a net. Yes.
There's a net. And you don't notice the net until they fall.
That's good, Simone.
Let that sink in for a minute. You don't notice the net until they fall. Well, when my life came to a screeching halt and I fell, my mama was my net.
Right.
I didn't know how much she meant until I needed her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that was hard.
That's hard. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
that undercurrent of joy, Blanche is down there.
Yeah.
Miss Scylla is down there.
Yes, yes, she is.
And we can reach for them anytime we want. Isn't that a beautiful thing to know that they're never gone?
They're never gone. And I'm learning that more so now than I ever did before, because like you say, we go through our crazy, because the truth is that, before mom passed away, everything I did in my life, it was like a presentation to her. I remember when I graduated from high school and I was, able to graduate with honors. And my only thing that I wanted to happen was that mom saw that, felt that. And then when I just go to the Citadel and graduate from the Citadel, I tell people I wanted mom to experience that, but I wanted to leave as soon as possible because I didn't think I deserved that. I thought that if they ever find out that I graduate, they may take this from me because, we can talk about my own self issues, my own insecurities, my own low self-esteem. But I wanted to present it to mom. When I got married, Latanya and I got married, it was like mom was there. I wanted her to feel what that was like to see her son get married. But when mom passed away, it was like, what do I live for now? And not to take anything away from my wife and my family, but it was like mom was she was my energy. It's like, mom, I can do this and I'm going to do this. And, you're going to experience this because of all the pain that she went through and all the pain that she had to endure in her life. I wanted to be a little piece of joy and happiness for her.
Absolutely.
She could grab hold to and say, okay, this is good. This is good in my life, So, but when when mom passed away, that was, to say it was hard is probably an understatement. It literally shocked my world. It shocked my world. It shook me. And I'm now learning, to appreciate the fact that she did not leave me, unprepared because of Mama Wit.
There you go. There you go. Great segue. Let me say two things. One, in all of my life, nobody outside of my family, my brothers and sisters, ever heard me say mama.
Yes.
I heard you when mom passed, when mom left.
Yeah.
The truth is, we didn't call her mom.
I know it.
That's my mama.
That's my mama. Yeah.
And that's what happened. It kept coming up. And it was almost like I was not a ventriloquist, but a puppet master. Like God was a puppet master. And I'm just talking, I'm having a conversation, rather posh conversation with my posh friends. And my mama said,
that's right. Mama said,
why did that come out of my mouth? And it kept happening over and over. And I sat still for a moment. Yesterday we were talking on Chat and Chill about stillness.
Right, and right.
The affirmation that I got yesterday, and I need to share that. Where are you? The affirmation that I got yesterday was in the stillness. Oh my goodness. Shavars, if you are on this line, please remind me of what we said yesterday, because I want to share that with the people. At any rate, I heard myself say it over and over, and then I got still. I got still. And I was in, as LaWanna Bradford would say, metapration.
Metapration, okay.
New word. Medi means middle. And now
Yes.
I don't know how deep she went into it, but for me, when I heard her say it, I said, oh, I like that. Medi means middle. I was in the middle of divinity and presence. I
Yes.
was having a dance with divinity because
Yes.
I'm talking to God and
Yes.
I'm asking for answers.
Yes.
You understand?
A dance with divinity. That'll preach right there, Simone.
Thank you. So I got still.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Mama, are you there? Just tell me what's going on. Tell me how to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you're going to help me with Jameson. Tell me that Joshua's okay. You know, all these things start coming up. They just started coming up. And every time I got an answer, it would be, my mama said. Like I was feeling disconnected. And she said, girl, it's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
That's
You know, I wanted to be popular.
yeah.
You need just a few people. Just a few people.
A few people.
Jameson was proud of himself about a physics exam. Yeah. And I said, my mama said, don't break your arm trying to pat yourself on the back. Leave that to somebody else.
It's funny you mentioned that because I when you mentioned that earlier, I you know, just a shout out to my Deliverance Word of Faith family out there. I get to, you know, work there on, you know, and share the word, and I'm just thankful for that. But I was up Sunday, and you know, I go through what I'm doing, and I quoted Shakespeare, you know, and I quoted, I think, George Foreman, and then I had to break in there and say, but my mama said, if you lay down with dogs with fleas, you're gonna get fleas. And
there you go.
So that was, to me, was more powerful than you know Shakespeare and whoever else, you know, David, you know. But exactly. My mama said, if you lay down with dogs with fleas, you will get fleas, Lamar. So in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, mama said, look here.
Exactly.
Now,
we have our education. We have our travel experiences. We look, we've been to Europe. We've been to England, to Italy, to Turkey, to Belgium, to Israel, to name it. We've been there. We've experienced a lot in life.
We have, yeah.
But after we've done it all, after we've said it all, we can speak multiple languages.
Yes, we can. Yes.
But the word that we need to hear when we are the most broken is what mama said.
What mama said. Yes, indeed.
Because mama was connected to the source.
Yes.
And that's the truth.
That is the truth.
That's the truth.
That's,
you know,
I'm like mama
over
love.
at a lamp in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a lamp. I can have a light bulb.
Yeah.
It can produce light, but only when it's connected to the source.
Yes, yes.
So all those people that you mentioned,
yeah,
from David to George Foreman to Barack Obama to Shakespeare, I know them all, and I can quote them all. But my mama said.
My mama said, yeah.
You understand?
I understand, as you would say. I understand, and you know, that's her words are so rich to me. And you know, I think I've shared with you before is that, you know, I think I left home when I was 18 to go to school. And I can remember, I can probably count on 3 fingers, not a whole hand, on 3 fingers, the number of times that I heard my mama say, I love you.
Mm.
I can remember those times. And one was when I was going off to school. But there was something about the way that she just connected with me. She didn't have to say a whole lot of words.
It was the way she loved you, not the way she said she loved you.
Yes, and you know, it's that I hold on to now, is that, you know, when I am in the midst of something that is big and I know I can feel the heaviness of it, I can feel the weight of it. I don't hear audible words from her. I feel her closeness to me.
Energy.
It's almost like her hands are on my shoulders and she's like, maybe you should go this way a little bit. Maybe don't say that. Maybe you shouldn't say anything.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Maybe, and she says, and my name is James Lamar Clark, and I grew up by the name of Lamar. But the truth is be told, she called me Lamar. There was like 4 or 5 A's in there.
Yes.
Lamar, and I was like, yes, mom, yes, ma'am, yes, mom. And but it's that confidence in her love that just so grounds me now. It just grounds me. And LaTanya mentioned to me one time, she said, what would your mama say about what you're doing? What would your mama say about what you did? And
snapback.
Simone, I want you to know, and I'm clenching my fist. I feel like I want to clap my hands, but I want you to know that when she said that, it was like my feet were planted on solid ground. And it's like, okay, I got it. I understand. I know who I am. I know who I came from, because I am the son of Priscilla Clark.
There you go. I'm glad
I'm the son of Priscilla Clark, known better as Scylla, from Lancaster, South Carolina. And so
that's beautiful.
I'm just, the fact that I get to share this time with you to talk about her is it's a joy to me. It's a joy that I get to tell the world about Priscilla, and her name is so special that my oldest brother ended up marrying someone by the name of Priscilla. My sister right below me that passed away 2 years ago, her name is Priscilla. So the name Priscilla just resonates with me. When I hear that name, it's like everything stops. She's like E.F. Hutton,
I understand.
I'm like, oh,
there was a young lady in our ministry. Her name was Priscilla. Remember Priscilla?
Yes.
Beautiful, statuesque woman. I can't remember her last name, but I remember her. She was always dressed.
Harriet probably remembers. She's going to tell us a little bit.
Yes, her name was Priscilla. So you give us another segue. I knew that our segment was going to be more than 30 minutes. I told everybody an hour already, because I knew that once we started talking, it was just going to feel good. And I want to say to our guests, all of you that are on Facebook, I can't see your names, but I can feel your presence. So thank you. There's someone that came on and said, hey, Colonel Clark. I don't know who that is. Somebody that said, speak, sis. Yes, indeed. Y'all are preaching. 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies. There's a family member of yours here, Stella Williams. Stella said,
my mama-in-law right there. That's my mama in love.
The mother in love. Thank you, Miss Stella.
Indeed.
Thank you, Miss Stella, for
her grandson's called her the Facebook queen, so she is.
Well, Miss Stella, I need you to teach James and LaTanya how to use Facebook. I need you to teach them. We have another author, Miss Rosemary Blom. She's saying hello.
Yes.
You've heard from Harriet and Pastor Tamala and Deborah Green and Kenny McDaniel and Valeria and Sandra Woodard. We have so many people watching us today, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sitting at the table and being a part of the Mother Wit Roundtable. So why are we here?
Thank you so much for doing that, Simone. Thank you. You're just amazing. But thank you, because that's so true. We get to tell, as I said, I'm just thankful that Mom lived such a humble life, and her whole life was raising, another connection point. She gave birth to 9 children, but 3 only stayed on the earth. 3 died at birth. My brother Bernard died when he was 3 days old, and we have that in common. Yes. But her whole life was around, mothering, parenting, making sure that we had what we needed to be successful in. So the world may not know Priscilla Clark, but they feel it. But by the fact that I get to have this space with you, I'm just thankful to tell the world about Priscilla. Priscilla Clark from Clyburn Street, right there in Lancaster.
Every time I used to hear you say that, Clyburn Street.
Clyburn Street, yeah.
And my mom was 613 Fitzgerald Drive.
Yes,
and
indeed. Hey, Simone, we were at 213 and a half Clyburn Street.
And I knew the name, I knew the address of the church more than I knew the address of my house, because that's where we were most of the time. Mount Tabor AME Church, Forest City, Florida. And I always said it that way. Always said it that way. I want to give a shout out to my brother William, who was asking about you just the other day, and he made a cross to put on the church that's dedicated to my mom that he's doing right now, and he's not watching us because he's putting that silver cross on top of Mount Tabor AME Church, Forest City, Florida.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
In honor of Blanche Elizabeth Goddard. Y'all know I'm Blanche's child. That's Silver's
right.
child.
That's all right there.
There's another person. His name is James Kreider. Do you know that person? Thanks for the wisdom and encouragement. Love you, Pastor Lamar.
James Kreider. That name sounds. See.
Now, see, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because my business is Triggering Light. That's the name of my business. And that name came to me from God, because that's what I do. There is a law of polarity.
Yeah.
When there is rain, sooner or later there will be sunshine.
Yeah.
When there is up, there has to be a down, or up doesn't exist.
Yes.
So where there is darkness, there will always be light.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I just said to light, hey, girl, hey, I am because you are.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So in my business, I support women. I empower. Let me not even say that. I don't empower them because they already have the power. I just introduced them to it again because they forgot.
Yeah.
So
you know.
Exactly. I educate.
The fires, I guess, is the way I think about when I think I had fire in, like, ooh, I had fire shut up in my bones. I feel it. But you were able to, you were able to fan that for me. And, the world really doesn't know the fullness of our connection. And we talk about, there's some certain pictures that we have in our past that just say so much without saying anything. When I see, your smile in that picture, and I see what that picture meant to me, I can put the two together, and that's like, that fans my fire. So yeah, but
I love it. Thank you. So what I was trying to say is the importance of Mr. Kreider. I got to come back to him. The importance of Mr. Kreider. My business,
our church. So
my business was prepared to support women. Mm-hmm. We can't teach people where we haven't been. We can't take people where we haven't been. We can't show people what we don't already know. So I've experienced some things, as you said, and what it did was it happened for me so I can be who I am right now, right?
Yes.
But what's important to me in this space is that you are a man, and you know who I am and what my business entities are. You didn't go, oh, that's for women.
No.
You didn't do that. You said, tell me how to become a part of it. Just show me how. And I appreciate that. And the fact that Kenny was here, that James Kreider was here. I'm not sure who Addison Vaughn is, but Addison says, I'd love for you guys to challenge those with living mothers to cling to them.
Yes.
Let's speak to that. Because listen, you never miss a well until your water
goes dry. I'm telling you, say that, because I'm telling you, that's amazing how much I say that. You don't miss your water until your well goes dry. And that's the thing, it's hard for you to understand, to hold on to the fact that, in the midst of living your life and, raising your children and struggling with them. And, we've had to endure some things with our boys that just really shocked us. And we're like, whoa, and we thought we were doing things the right way and doing things.
We didn't even go in there.
But then they shocked you, and it's like, oh, but it's that the fact that you get to parent them in this space. And, I think we mentioned it, or you may have mentioned it yesterday on the show, is that, that God has gifted us with this opportunity to get to be their parents. You think about that God chose you of all the people in this earth. He chose you to bring them through you to present to the world.
Yes.
I think about that with our boys. And we call them boys because everybody to make everybody calls me my baby. Boys, the boys. But JC's 26 now, and Jonathan is 20, and Joshua is 15. So they're still our boys, and we see them as our boys. But they are men and emerging men. So we get to nurture them in all that God has for them. So that is a joy. And I just want to encourage parents and just, fathers and mothers that in the heat of the battle, you get to step back and think about what a joy and a privilege that you have to nurture them into all that God has planned for their life. And there's a plan for them that you get to be a part of. Even in the turbulence of the waters that you're going through right now, you got to keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak, because they have a bright future that's already been prepared for them that you get to be a part of. You get to nurture them into that. And you don't realize it when you're in the heat of the battle. You don't realize it until you get to stand in front of them and marry them off, like I had a chance to do a few weeks ago. Now, you're talking about a quote unquote come to Jesus meeting, to stand before your son and his bride Markel and to marry them. And not only that, Simone, that they know what you have gone through in your marriage. They know the struggle you have gone through. And so when you stand there and you tell them, JC, listen to me, son, when you repeat these vows to your bride, when you repeat them, forsaking all others, you need to understand what you're saying to her, that she is going to build her foundation on your words that you said, I will forsake all others. So I wanted him to see that and to know what that really meant. And then he was looking in my eyes, and he knew what Latonya and I have gone through. He knew the struggle. He knew how hard we've had to fight to get back to a place that we can stand together. But I'm getting excited, Simone. But
I'm about to cry because it means so much to have a father. Let me not even go there. I'm not even gonna do that. We're gonna change the subject because I'm about to turn into a full Sealy. But Miss Addison or Mr. Addison Vaughn, I'm not sure if that's a unisex name. So I want to say I interviewed more than 30 people to be in this book. And many of them weren't ready because they had horrible relationships with their mothers. And they said, I don't have anything good to say about my mama. And I encouraged them because the fact that she gave you life, that she brought you into this world, means she deserves honor.
Yes.
Because the Bible does not say honor your father and mother if they were good people.
Yeah.
Does not say honor your father and mother if they gave you some money or they took care of you well or they bought that Nintendo 2000 or whatever the heck those things are called. It just says honor your father and mother.
Yes.
And that's the first part. There's a reward that comes when you honor your father and mother. What's that reward?
that days may be long upon the earth.
Thank you.
Yes.
So that's enough. That's enough. Fix what's broken while she yet lives.
Yes, indeed.
My brother gave my mama flowers every week.
Mm. That's all right there.
When we got to the funeral and I saw those flowers, I was mad. When people called me and said, "Give me your address so I can send you some flowers," I'm like, I don't want no flowers. I wasn't being nasty. What I want with flowers? I don't want to watch the flowers die. I already
Yeah.
had to deal with that. I don't want to watch them die. And then some kind people sent me plants and I water them and I watch them and I go, okay, life is still here. Life is still here. So I want to encourage the people that Addison Vaughn is talking about. Life is still here. Whatever is broken with your living mother,
Yes.
fix it.
Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. I mean, and that's so true, Simone, is that you really don't know the pain that you feel when you lose your mother until you experience that.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what may have happened before, there's a sense of loss, there's an emptiness that is unexplainable. And I can only imagine what that would be like if you didn't get a chance to love on your mom before she left this earth. And I remember my mom's passing. She spent her last years in Lancaster, South Carolina. She spent her last year, 8 to 9 months out of that year. She came home for a little bit, and then she went back into the hospital. And they called and they said, she's ready to go home. And I got a call, and they said that you should probably come. And we were in Alabama at the time, and we came to Lancaster to see mom one weekend, and we spent time together. Back to Alabama, and the next week she passed away. But we had a chance to just love on her and to be with her and to let her know how much we appreciated. Can't
James,
leave here.
you were having a little difficulty with your internet connection. I heard you say that you got a chance to love on her and be with her.
Yes, I got a chance to love on her and be with her. But I remember her in our last visit. She told me, Simone, she said, "I'm tired and I can't go home until you let me go home." She said, she said, "It's okay. Let me go home." And the very next week, she went home. But I say that to say that, if you don't create those moments and those times, those spaces in your life for that, then you won't experience it. And I know that life is hard. I know that, things happen in life and people say things and people do things. We're human. We make gross mistakes and make bad decisions. But your life is so precious that you should not live it bitter. You should not live it bitter.
Ooh, we're gonna have another conversation one day real soon with the topic of bitter versus better. That because stuff that don't taste good, medicine going down.
Yes.
It don't taste good, but it makes you better.
It makes you better.
Better. And when you refuse it, it makes you bitter. That's a whole nother. Okay, listen. Two things are happening for me right now. One, I'm wondering if the Aaron that said they're watching with a friend is Aaron Morris.
Now, I think that may be Aaron Wheeler from Deliverance Word of Faith Church in Lancaster, South Carolina.
Okay.
And he's in our praise team. So I'm thinking that's him. That's the Aaron that comes to my spirit right now. There's another one. I'm sorry if I'm.
Okay, that's the only Aaron I know is Kel and Lisa's Aaron in my life. Yeah. That's the only Aaron I know.
That would be a blessing to have Aaron.
Yeah, he said Aaron Wheeler. He said
okay,
Aaron.
Okay, awesome. Good. What's up, Aaron?
Awesome. Because I was like, oh, it brought everything full circle for what we were talking about. But I just want to say this. We have so many parallels to our lives that I know that you were meant to be in my space.
Well, thank
I
you.
know it. My mother had 9 pregnancies. Your mother had 9 pregnancies.
Yes.
The first 3 passed away. Same with my mom.
Yes.
My father died when I was 4 years old.
My father died when I was 4.
Same with your father. Your children, James 2, Jonathan, and Joshua.
Yes.
My children, Joshua and Jameson.
Yes, the Jameson.
It's just such a beautiful connection.
Yes, it is.
And while we can talk all night long, I really want to honor our guests who don't want to let go. Sharon Glenn said, yes, Deliverance World Faith.
That's my sister. Yeah, that's Sharon.
Thank you for introducing me to your church family. I appreciate it. But we can talk all night because we have a good 5-7 years to catch up on.
Absolutely, we do.
We're gonna do that another time without our audience, so I can actually let it all out, slang snot, as my mama would say.
There you go. There you go.
My mama would say, because some things are coming up for me that I know need to be healed, and that's what I say to people: when you feel it rising up, don't try to shut it down. That's where the bitter comes. Let it rise up so it can be healed. It's like when you cook pasta. When you put it in the boiling water, it sinks to the bottom until it's done. And then it rises up so you can eat it. So let it rise up so you can heal and you have something to feed your family, something to feed the people around you.
Yeah.
That's
so true, Simone. I hate to cut you off, but I want to just, that's important because I often say my mama taught me how to love, but LaTanya showed me how to love. And we talk about the trials and tribulations of marriage and what we have had to go through, but we've learned in the past years about, she used this phrase, and I think she learned it is, you got to deal to heal. You got to deal with it to heal from it. She often tells me that, and I'll be honest, as a man, we are good with just, hey, let's just move on. Let's just sweep it under the rug and keep moving. Hey, we good. Let's keep moving. But when she feels something, she has to bring it up so that we can heal from it. And that is so important in relationships with, we talked about, with moms, if there's something going on, you gotta
see, there's so many,
you gotta deal with it so you can heal.
Really good parts to this. Think about your body and your shoulder hurting. You don't ignore it. You need to find out why it's hurting.
Absolutely.
You need to understand. You got a toothache. You don't go, oh, that's gonna go away.
It's gonna be all right.
You need to know why you have a toothache and heal it so that you can smile again.
Absolutely.
Because if you ignore it, listen, you ever had a like twist your ankle and you favor that leg?
Yeah.
If you favor that leg too long, you walking funny.
Yep.
If you favor that arm too long, you hugging people like this.
Right.
You're not getting everything you need when you don't heal. With that said, I love you so much. I enjoyed this so much.
Thank you so much.
Tomorrow, May 7th at 6 p.m. Tomorrow is my Joshua's 26th birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday, Joshua.
Tomorrow, May 7th at 6 p.m.
Yes.
We will be having a launch party for My Mama Said, Mother Wit for Your Journey. We invite all of you to be a part of that. All you have to do is go to this website. I will put it in the chat. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have a good cry when this is over.
Yes.
Tears of joy, though. I promise, tears of joy. Go to csimonrivers.com/launch. Register. It's absolutely free. There will be some wonderful prizes given away. There's some surprise guests that will be on the show. I just said that. I don't know why I just said that, but I believe it.
Yes.
I believe it. I don't know who that's going to be. Now I'm going to be surprised. I'm going to be surprised.
It's already coming. It's already coming.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing a live launch for this new book. Right now, it's on Amazon. You will only find the Kindle version on Amazon because we want you to go and get your $1. Tell 10 people to get their $1, and we'll give you back your change because it's only 99 cents.
Yes.
It's only 99 cents. Go buy the Kindle version. You don't have to have a Kindle device in order to read a Kindle version. You don't have to read the Kindle version. You can wait for the paperback. But tomorrow, help us become best-selling authors. Yeah. I know what that feels like. I want that for my brother. I want that for my brother. I want him to stand up in the pulpit on Sunday and say, I am James Lamar Clark, and I am an international best-selling author. Will you do that for us?
Thank you so much.
Will you do that for us? That's number one. Number two.
That's amazing.
It's not just about the book. It's about being better. It's about being better. There are some stories in this book that will turn you on the inside and twist you up. And when you get to the end, you'll say, thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm. I'm so blessed.
Yes.
I'm so blessed. The mother that I had, she became to be my mom. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful for who our mothers became in order to produce us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So I will give you the last word. Actually, I won't, but I'll try.
Well, no.
Like to leave with the people.
Yes, well, first, I told you one part of why I was so excited about this opportunity, because I get to introduce to the world Priscilla Clark. And I mean, I love mom. I love my mom. I do. And, you know, I talk about her like she is like physically here. And for me, she is here. And so I thank you from the depths of my soul for giving me an opportunity to share Priscilla Clark with the world. And the second part of that is that I love Simone. I do. And I thank you for what you have meant to my life and to LaTanya's life and to our life together. I remember little nuggets. Like I remember when we were doing retreats together in Germany, and you would always be close to LaTanya, and you would, you know, if she needed something, you would pass her a mint. You would adjust her shirt, or you would get her a shawl. You were just so loving of both of us. And that love has, you know, it has not changed. It has not changed. So I am thankful that we get to connect through My Mama Said, and we get to introduce to the world all the mothers, and I get to share Priscilla Clark. And I hope that those who buy the book and get a chance to experience, you know, our connection as they read the words on the pages. And I'm just thankful. I mean, you know, I want you said that you called me. I did not anticipate this when the year 2021 came in. And I'm just so thankful that, you know, God has surprises for you along the way if you just stay faithful to what he's called you to do. And I'm thankful that, you know, my church family, Deliverance Word of Faith Church in Lancaster, South Carolina, where our apostle is George Williams and the senior pastor is Stella Williams, we get to celebrate together we get to celebrate together. And I'm just thankful for that. I'm just thankful. So thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so happy that we're back connected.
Me too. I can't wait to see what we create next. He's gonna have a book of his own. Watch. It is not gonna be an anthology. Oh, we're gonna do a whole book tour around the world. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. I can. That said, this was so wonderful for me. So wonderful for me. Everyone, don't forget, go to csimonrivers.com/launch to get your ticket to the launch party tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's going to be lit. It's going to be so lit. I will say this. I have two hands. With one, I give to myself. And I always give to myself first so that I can serve from a full cup. Take your right hand and put it on your left shoulder. With the other, I give to you because I love you. Take your left hand and put it on your right shoulder. And when those hands come together, whether we're in the middle of a pandemic or not, oh, it feels so good to just hug on you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Give LaTanya a kiss and a hug for me. Tell Joshua, who I was thinking about him making pizza at my house when he was 5 years old.
He's 15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was told by Deepak Chopra that I'm always doing this. And what I don't realize is that this is the bud of a lotus. And a lotus is the beginning of life. So when I say thank you, the God in me celebrates the God in you. Namaste. Remember that song? You loved it. The Jesus in me, love the Jesus in you. So easy.
Yes, indeed. It's so easy.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much.